자기는 성화지 가서 내가 나가면 다시 유다 내가 시다 유다가 되게 잘하는 곳까지 저 지금 내 자리는 아니 저 지금 보자 계속 자체를 그런 게 생각해 하나님의 되게 많은 저희인데 중요한 마음이 많은 거 아니 받아보시지 이게 고차돼 아니 제 자체 이게 뭐죠 아니 저 지금 그쪽 한마디 자가도 주주들 농지 알아서 이제 그런 마음이 고마워서 주시고 우리가 내 손에 우리가 다시 말이야 이동 이슈 이동 유인을 불러내다 다시 말이야 이래 그것이 하나님 남자장이 어찌게 아니 그래 주에 다서도 아주 그러잖아 하나님 이동 규칙을 하나님 다시 보관해서 하나님 하는 제가 사도서 그 안에 아니 그런 마음에 그 가서 그 손을 하지 그러잖아 아리 잘 제가 이거 뭐가 다 하는 게 그렇지 시시 나와지 지금 여기까지 되지 이 마음을 한다 그렇지 시시가 됐어
So, good morning to everybody, and I would like to invite our this morning session speaker, Kishi, and first of all, I would like to introduce the speaker in short. Region, especially a place which is called Chensa in Anglo region, and then completed those primary educations inside Tibet. Then he fled to India and joined in Koma Monastery in 1990. That he saw the Dalai Lama and started this Buddhist studies and completed all the monastery education in Koma Monastery, and he passed all the religious examinations in 2002, and then he received Geshe Haramba degree in 2007. Then he studied tantric scriptures at Gumit Monastery in 2008, and he was appointed as the teaching professor at the monastery since 2004, and since 2004 he has been teaching in the Koma Monastery. And this is a short introduction of the speaker, and I would like to invite our speaker, Geshe Tabajansila. Please start your presentation. Homage to Lord Buddha and homage to His Holiness the Dalai Lama, and then I pay my respect towards all the Mahasangha, including our Chief Rebbe, and all the Mahasanghas gathering from Thai side, as well as Sri Lankan, as well as Korean, as well as Buddhism Mahasanghas who are gathered here So for today's presentation, actually I did not write any essay for specifically for today's presentation, but the thing that I did some research on the Vinaya after my graduation, uh, based on the references that are available in Tibetan translation, translation of the canonical words in Tibetan language, just we call Ganju and Dengu. And so what we all Tibetan traditions follow, and we all the traditions of the Tibetan Buddhism, we focus on the studies of those texts that are available in the Ganju and Dengu. Then, so through that knowledge, today I'm going to discuss something about the topic, general topic. Although I tried to find out some translations from the Pali and some other sources, but unfortunately I couldn't find any translations right now. So that's the reason why I only focus on the sources that are available in Tibetan language, especially from the Sanskrit tradition. When we are talking about Vinaya, Vinaya in Tibetan language we translate it as dua, and so that Vinaya or dua can be explained in a broader way. When we are explaining in a broader way, Vinaya can be applied to all the words that are given by Lord Buddha, and which means dua or Vinaya means to tame. So that means the methods of taming our monkey mind that are given in the Buddhist teachings are applicable to all the Buddhist teachings. So in that way, we can say Vinaya is all the Buddhist teachings can be categorized as Vinaya. That is one perspective. And another perspective that we can again say Sharavaka Vinaya or Sattva Vinaya, and Mantric Vinaya. That is another categorizing the Vinaya. Then again, we have something like contaminated Vinaya and uncontaminated Vinaya. That is again another type of categorizing the Vinaya. But among them today, I'm going to point out the Vinaya that is based on the subjects that are given in the Vinaya Sutras and the Vinaya commentaries. That means only about the Patimokkha rules and revolutions, rules and regulations.
Also, in the国的学查查，那个绝对这个是他，我说给那些 시간이 천천히 되게 무엇이
So up to 10:30, up to 10:30 is your time to present your presentation, and then we have half an hour for Q&A session. Although I pointed out some positions just to show that why the vinaya is important for the ordained monks. By knowing the importance of the vinaya by bhikkhus and all the ordained monks, then that will be very beneficial for us. But I'm not going to explain further on that one. Then so the demarcation of why demarcation of the Buddha Shasana to be prevailed in this world is was considered on the standard of the Vinaya's practices that are still alive. Again, we can categorize all the Vinaya into two parts, the Vinaya of expression, the Vinaya of the object. So regarding the Vinaya of the expression, we can have those Vinaya Sutras and Vinaya commentaries that are composed by later Acharya or masters. And regarding the object of the Vinaya, we have 8 types of Patimokkha rules or vows. When we are approaching the definition of Vinaya in an exact way, it's very difficult to give a definition of the Vinaya or vow, or definition of vow. But some scholars, especially Jitungava, on the basis of Jitungava's portion of Vinaya, a bit short book that is there about the Vinaya, and so great scholar, he wrote a definition on the Vinaya vow that on the basis of the Vinaya accepted in front of one's effort, in front of the Sangha, in order to dispel all the harms and those intentions to harm others. That is the definition of the vinaya vow. The monastery where I studied is Oman Monastery. In my monastery, we study about 5 great traditions. So within those 5 great traditions, we can put all the sutras of Lord Buddha and their commentaries. And so I found that those 5 great traditions are just like a summary of all the sutra, all the words of Lord Buddha and their commentaries. So for that, I would like to explain how it can be a summary of all the Buddha's words. So regarding the 5 great traditions, the first one is about the epistemology and the logic. So for that we have great texts like Brahmana Samujaya by Acharya Vinaya. So that is the root text for learning logic and epistemology of Buddhism. And so that Brahmana Samujaya itself is was compiled. That compiled combination of the logics and epistemology that are available within the words of our Lord Buddha. So it's just like a compilation of those things into one booklet. So for that, again, we have a great commentary which is called Brahmana Vartika by Acharya Chandra Dharmagiri. Um, so those are the great texts for logics and epistemology which we learn in our monastery, and this is said for other monasteries too. So when we are talking about Divikata, so this can be Divikata, Tripitaka, yes, Divikata. So what do we say Tripitaka? Okay, I'll use the Sanskrit Tripitaka. Um, so when we're talking about Tripitaka, those epistemology and logic texts can be categorized under the Abhidhamma Tripitaka. And another important text to be studied is the Abhisamaya Anuttara, the ornament of the realization, which is composed by Lord Maitreya, Bodhisattva Maitreya, and that is a great text on Paramita. So this can be categorized under the Sutra Pitaka. And so when we're talking about the different tenets, it can be put under Madhyamaka, yes, Madhyamaka school. And regarding the Madhyamaka philosophy, what we are learning, the root text is Mula Paranja. Mula Paranja that was composed by Acharya Nagarjuna. Root, root wisdom, root wisdom, root wisdom of Mula Paranja. In that text, it explains about the shunyata, which is directly exposed in the Pranjana Paramita sutras. So when we're talking about the tenets, it can be under the Prasangika Madhyamaka tenet. Then the next text is about Abhidhamma. So Abhidhamma Kosha, composed by Acharya Vasubandhu, that's the main text for us to learn the Abhidhamma right now. And so Abhidhamma Kosha itself talks more about the Abhidhamma itself. And when we're talking about the different tenets, it can be categorized under Vaibhashika and Sudarakika tenets, because the objects of the Abhidhamma are mostly concerned with the Vaibhashika tenet, but on top of that, Acharya Vasubandhu himself adds more about the concepts of the Sudarakika tenets. So that's why the Abhidhamma context can become under the Vaibhashika and the Sudarantika two tenets. And the overall object or the overall subject of the Abhidhamma is categorized under Abhidhamma Pitaka. The book was called Vinaya Sutra. The name Sutra here not refer to the Sutra given by our Buddha, but in this case, the Sutra means just summary. That means the summary of Vinaya that they're available in Buddha's own words. And regarding the tenets, different tenets, these Vinaya Sutra or the subjects of all the Vinaya Sutra can be categorized under Mula Sarasvata. That is again one type of Abhisheka in the ancient time. Uh, okay. So, in short, we can categorize all the five great traditions into three pitaka, as well as three trainings or shikshas. Uh, uh, exactly, Vinaya is Vinaya, coming under the Vinaya pitaka, as well as it is the Vinaya training, the training of the training shiksha of or shiksha of morality, or Shila Shiksha. Then, when we are talking about the Pramana or the logic, as well as Madhyamaka, as well as the sutras of the Pranjaparamita, all these three can be categorized under Abhidhamma plus Pramana or the logic, and then the Madhyamaka. These three can be categorized under the Abhidhamma Vidaka. And in terms of the subjects of these three, again, we can categorize them under the training of wisdom. In terms of three trainings, it comes under the training of wisdom. Then, on one side, that is Pranjaparamita. This can be categorized under the Sutra Pitaka, and the subject is about so the training of the concentration. Among the three trainings, the Pranjaparamita can be categorized under the training of concentration. The reason why I'm trying to verify the subjects, what we're learning in our monasteries, is that maybe somebody thinks that some people think that Tibetan Buddhism emphasizes more on the commentaries rather than the sutra of our Lord Buddha's own words. But directly or indirectly, we are learning or referring to the Buddha's own words through those great commentaries, because those great commentaries are very beneficial and very almost the easiest way to reach to the Buddha's own words. Then these are not very separate, not very separate from the Buddha's own words. I mean, in terms of the subjects. So, but we can get easy methods through those commentaries, and so that's why I try to categorize those all the five great treatises into three Tripitaka as well as into three Shikshas. Of the vows or the definition of the Patimokkha vow that I mentioned earlier is mainly for the vows that are given later on. That is, in the Vinaya itself, there are two types of vows. Vows that are early vows. Early vows means come bhikkhu. What's that? In Bali, come bhikkhu. Eu bhikkhu. Just like eu bhikkhu vows. This come bhikkhu. Sushupma. Eu bhikkhu, right? This come bhikkhu.
Ehi passiva.
So such types of vows are called early vows, and then other types of ordination which should be ordained to sangha members that are called the later vows. So there are two types within the Vinaya vows. What Geshe-la gives the definition of the vows is considered to be the later vows. Then we go deeper in the subjects of the Vinaya. Again, we have 17 vastus in the Vinaya text. 17 vastus. You have skandhas, right? Just like that, you have 22 skandhas, but we have 17 vastus in the Vasavastha tradition. So, in the first one, starting from the second after the 17th, all those vastus can be divided into two parts. The first part is the morality or the shila to be entered or to be practiced. other parts are the Shila to be dispelled or to be removed. Mm. That means to be removed Shila is in this category. Then we have all the five sets of offerings like Parajika, Sangadisisa, Pajitya, Zetya, all this comes under the Shila to be removed. That means it's the Shila or opposite of the Shila comes as the office. So these are comes under the Shila to be removed or to be dispelled or to be removed. So when we are talking about the disciples, the main disciples to be taught uh, the vinaya. The vinaya is aimed mainly for the disciples like the Shavaka disciples. This because that in order to dispel or in order to remove attachment, anger, and ignorance, those three poisons, um, those four parajikas uh, are existed. Yes, those four parajikas are existed in as the antidote for those three poisons. Uh, we have attachment, different types of attachments. Attachments towards beings or towards people. Attachment towards the object of pleasure, the object, and also there are two objects of attachment. The ones attachment towards the beings or towards the people, attachment towards the luxurious things or towards the things which we use. So in order to remove those attachments, again we have many rules and regulations in the Vinaya, and so on. So these such explanations are given not by me, Krishna says like that, not by me. These explanations are given by great masters in early times. Recently at Bodh Gaya, many bhikkhus from the Bali things. At that time, I felt very happy to know that you follow the vinaya rules exactly, very accurately. And so at the same time, I had faith in you.
그러니까 집에 시작으로 나도 시작하고 있습니다. 시작이 우리가 어떤 수업을 나도 공부 같이 사는 아직도 세금만 어떻게 예습을 어떤 디 아니 사와시는 건데 마음을 섭섭하대 아니 중간에 자동 중간에 다 대리나 공부는 거 어떤 일이지나 제가 그래 저한테 정말에 살다 아마 공부를 하게 되는 거잖아 어떤 일 아마 정신이나 그런 이 수태를 공부하는 게 진짜 어떤 일이 되는 말이 그러와 어디 마다 시간이 우리가 어디 소리를
So then again, for the antidote of the anger, we have another type of paratika, which is the killing paratika. So whenever a bhikkhu commits such offense of killing a human being, then it cannot be continued to live in the monk society. It should go out from the monk society. And for that, I think we need some clarifications for the newcomers. I think although we had discussions about that in previous years, maybe this raised some questions regarding this one later. So then regarding lying, this is the antidote or avijja, right? Ignorance, avijja. So this is the antidote for avijja or ignorance. But in some countries, again, we can find the paratika. Third paratika is regulated as the antidote for attachment too, because anybody who try to say some lies, that person has some kind of attachment towards something. So for that antidote, the antidote of third paratika was regulated.
그러니까 마음 사와시니까 어디 걸 그러지만 아니 가만히 되니 돈이 공기 그런 말에 있어야 아니 또 사와서 어디 도와주시고 어디다 좀 어디 그런 시작 아니 가봐도요 아니 돈이 공기로 뜻으로 말해 같이 돌게 되었으니 도와주시고나 어디다 영 가봐서는 뭐 공부를 했을 때다 가서 맞수 아니 살고 있습니다. 그런 위치와나 다른 시간이나 아니 시스템과 중실이 아니 같이 요리지 아니 누가 다 동떨어서 가게 자산을 지어야 누가 동떨이 어디가요 보여주고 손과 아니 스마트 시스템으로 기대하는데 아니 오마이가 아니요 어디 가봐도 아니 기대하는
Now we are going to discuss something other regarding the prajika that although we have different views on that, whenever a person commits a prajika, some school says that that bhikkhu has just abandoned all the vows. But some schools, on the other hand, says that committing parajika doesn't abandon the whole vows. That means still that bhikkhu has many vows in him, although he had committed there's a big difference on this topic. We also, in our scriptures also, we have mentioned many different tenets or different schools who are accepting different views on this abandoning cause. So, but we, as the Mula Samskriya tradition, in Vaibhashika tenet, we don't accept the Parajika to be the cause of abandoning the vows or Patimota vows.
이야기 들으시고 보니까 다시 지난 도박이 됐어요. 가이사를 했으면 어떤 같이 그 도박을 아마도 우리 동기끼리 같이 동기끼리 리키 마노에나 지금 이 수태리 도박 13만 원 와서 살아요. 우리 지스크레스 어디가 도박이고요. 말에 가래서 영혼 주제 나오는구나. 어디기 아니 리치 미주리 봤을 때 아니 자석 지르는 이거 가르치고 요하겠으나 어떤 수태리 도박 모든 것을 문제와 요나요. 이 가정
Many of us have some doubts like, whether if there are so many different views on that topic, that is the Parajika is the cause for abandoning all the vows. Somebody says it is the cause for abandoning, and somebody says then naturally there will be doubt, which one is true, which one is not. And then again, another part or the A tradition, let's say A tradition is not true, and their vows are not true, or on the other hand, maybe there should be doubt like, this tradition is not true, and this tradition is not a pure one. Maybe some doubts like that will be coming for us. But for that, we have again a source which says in the dream of a certain king in Tibetan deity, maybe something like Grigri, King Grigri, something like that. I don't know the exact name in Sanskrit or Pali. But there was a king in the very ancient time. During one night, that king had a dream in which one big cloth was torn down into 18 different pieces. And after that, our Lord Buddha prophesied that this is the sign that in the later part, after our Lord Buddha's Mahaparinirvana, there will be we are the same as the same follower of one Buddha. That is following the traditions of vinaya. Vinaya is the standard, the vinaya is perfect. So, to summarize, there are three different views on that. One accepts that whenever a bhikkhu comes parajika, one of the parajikas, then that bhikkhu should has abandoned all the vinaya rules or all the vows, Patimota vows that had been here in his continued before. And that's one view. And another view is that if a bhikkhu commits any parajika, it should not be the cause of abandoning all the vows. That's second view. And the third view is that any bhikkhu who comes as a parajika, but still that bhikkhu has both the parajika and the vows within his continuity. That means that bhikkhu has both the parajika offense in his continuum as well as other the vinaya vows are there in his continuum. Both are there at the same time in his continuum.
Okay, tadi yung kamar na ito case yung ano ito kalau case ng tuwa yung na ali case mana siya. Otak kamar kami na kalau ni ising yung dia yung bade ali ji busi na kana sino man mata na ali di khat kali ali kare ka chhe yung busi kalau si sung yo kan man so ni kan che ali na so ni aswa ali di ma ali experience.
So for the parajikas, I try to explain those four parajikas that are categorized into three antidotes or three poisons, attachment, anger, and ignorance. So just like that, we can categorize or we can find somebody's or the certain somebody's as the antidote for which delusions, which addictions. Yes, we can find out the 13 sanghadisas which are antidotes for which addictions. These are explained as well as in the text of Jetukapa's text. Many of these are explained in his texts. And then again, we have some minor differences in the counting numbers of the letter. For instance, like in the section of Pachitya, as well as in the section of the Sekya, we have some minor differences there, but the majority are similar. So these are about the shilas to be abandoned. That is those five. In our tradition, there are five sets of offices starting from Parajiva up to the Sekya. So these are all categories under the category of shila to be abandoned. So again, we have many shilas to be received or to be practiced. So with this, there are many vastus, like the vastu of the Parvana vastu, Vasudha vastu, and those things are coming under the second part. So I will not go further in those sections because maybe we can discuss later on about those subjects. So regarding the definition of the body motor vows, earlier I mentioned one definition, but I would like to know, we all are bhikkhus, and when we get the ordination, at that time, starting from that point up to now, how do you think that we have the vows, body motor vows, inside our continuum, but how do you think, what do you think, what is the essence of those vows or the meaning of those vows? How do you think there are
대수하고 조성을 들어도 하게 조합이 너무 하게 조성하게 되니 매매들이 또 길에 이제 조선은 제가 저기 영화에 있다가 이제 하게 최선도 봐라 최선도 봐라 하게 뭔가 좋아하게 저희 내게 다 최선도 봐 우리 어머니는 좋아하고 시간이 가르쳐 있는 그 시간이 되겠습니다. 그것도 사람이 야 이게 한개 하면 대세 조건은 한 제가 와 어때서 좋아요 좀 기회시죠.
Our moderator for this session says that I would like to offer more time for the Q&A session, especially for the body side, especially for the body side at first, and then if we have left some more time, then we will offer not only to the body side, body tradition followers as well as to the Namabuddha tradition followers. Here we have two or more speakers from Korea. And so if we have some more time, then we will offer that time for the most of the tradition of the speakers. Because this is an exchange program, so it's better to have such timings.
การปฏิบัติรู้สึกนะครับมีคำถามว่าในฝ่ายสายธรรมสัจจกฤตเนี่ยมีการนิยามคำว่าวินัยคำว่าศีลคำว่าสิกขาบทอย่างไรแล้วก็ว่าวิภัชชวาทคือแยกแยะระหว่างความเป็นศีลความเป็นสิกขาบทแล้วก็วินัยอย่างไรรวมถึงความสำคัญของสามศัพท์นี้คือวินัยสิกขาบทและศีลเลย
So my question is, you would like to know, in your tradition, you have the differentiation in terms of meaning for these three categories of words that are quite similar. One is sila, the second is the vinaya rules, the exercises that need to be practiced. The first one is sila, the vows. The second is the punishment rules. And the third is the vinaya. The three, do you have a specific meaning that is differentiated between these three categories of words?
단다 공기 조합인데 그러니 지금 저희 공부를 누가 아니 먼저 동바스 지지 동바 의미는 존중 아니 소다지 그거라서 우리가 아니 또 우리는 도와주니까 존중으로 왔어 아버지 기획하기 그거를 지금 대기자로 그리고 숨을 갖고 시작 제사 선서를 이렇게 그렇게 있습니다. 내 문화의 지역 다르게 해서 expression, vinaya of expression, then the vinaya of subject, or the vinaya of subject. That means within the category of the vinaya of expression, there comes all the vinaya sutras that are given by our Lord Buddha and all the commentaries for those vinaya sutras. So that is one type of vinaya we can call, just like Patimokkha vinaya you have, right? Patimokkha, Bhikkhu Patimokkha and Bhikkhuni Patimokkha. These are the vinaya of expression. Expression is language, the vinaya of language, or the vinaya of sound. Sound vinaya, we can say sound vinaya and the subject vinaya. Subject vinaya means under that those vows we get when we do the ordination. So those vows are the subject of vinaya that all the bhikkhus have. So that is one type of vinaya. That means the vinaya of subject, the vinaya of expression. So all of them are considered to be the vinaya. Is it clear? Clear? Oh yes. Vinaya can be categorized into two, subject and expression. Under the expression of Vinaya, there comes all the sutras of Vinaya given by Lord Buddha and their commentaries. That means all these are considered to be sound or expressions. Then under the subject of Vinaya, there comes all the vows we have in all bhikkhus. So again, visualize something more. The actual vinaya is the vows that we have within bhikkhus and bhikkhunis. But those expression or expressive vinayas, they are also called vinaya, as they expose or they show the rules and regulations of vinaya in that text. So that text is also called vinaya. Okay, now more clear, clearer than before. So Isla first in this morning explains in a very broad way. In a very broad way, Vinaya can be explained in can be applicable to all the teachings of Buddha, because Vinaya means to tame. That means to tame the mind, to tame the body, to tame the verbal actions. Those actions of all the people are to be tamed. So all the teachings of Buddha are means to tame all the actions, the bad actions of all sentient beings, in terms of verbal action, in terms of bodily action, in terms of mental action. So, in that way, Vinaya, heroic Vinaya can be referred to all the teachings of Buddha, right? That is the broadest way of explaining Vinaya. So in that sense, all the teachings are Vinaya, but not coming under the Vinaya Pitaka. Now, is it clear? Then we come down to the Vinaya Pitaka, then we have two types. When we are talking about the Vinaya Pitaka itself, again, the Vinaya can be categorized into two. The first one is the expression of the Vinaya. The second one is the subject of the Vinaya. So, the expression of the Vinaya is, for example, Patimoja, Vikupatimoja, Vimipatimoja, Sutra. Those are the expression of the Vinaya. And then the vows we have within all bhikkhus are coming under the subject of the Vinaya, or the Shila, real morality. Morality or Shila means the vows that we have within bhikkhus. These are the Shila or the morality.
Is there any concept in Mahayana as Bodhisattva Vinaya or Sravaka Vinaya besides Bhikkhu's Vinaya? For your question, actually, in our tradition or in Mahayana tradition, Patimokkha vows are called the Shravaka vows or Shravaka Sila. So those two are same, very similar. Not only similar, same, synonyms. Then regarding the Bodhisattva vows, we have different vows other than the Patimokkha vows. For example, we have 18 root offenses regarding the Bodhisattva vows. Then, so regarding the Sanskrit vow, we have 14 root vows. And minor vows are there. So the minors are there.
Thank you, Krishna, for your beautiful presentation. My question was very similar to that question, the previous one's question. That is we know the Shravaka Vinaya and Bodhisattva Vinaya. It's also, I think, can say the Shravaka vows and Bodhisattva vows. And is there any differences? And especially, can ordinary monk observe the bodhisattva vows? Because I heard some monks very eager, some monks very like to observe that bodhisattva vows as well in their lives. So is that possible for the monks, for the ordinary monks, can observe the bodhisattva vows? And the second question is, I'm not, this question is relevant to your tradition or not. I see some, I think in especially Chinese tradition, I see there is the three dots on the head. I think it's representing the body, Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva. I don't know, I'm right or wrong. So, what is that three dots? What is that symbolized in that Bodhisattva vows?
아까 신호미 저한테는 공기 저한테 동안 집어넣을 수 있어. 아니 신들지가 가르쳤으나 아니 신호별로 나 대지별로 먼저 자원 주머지 그래서 정세 많이 가지셔도 자원 주머지에 소득이 너무 줄을 대신도 정세지 너무 쉬어요. 그래서 정세지 너무 순화요. 그래서 저지지 저희 빨리 난다 여기 이거는 어쩌면 이제 그것도 원래 이것이 숨쉬시고 어디 이 가사 어디 그런 거 그것도 수요하시니 뒤에서 그러다 그거를 시행하시고 이 가르침을 해서 이 보여지는 이 쇼트 너무 재미있어서 보선데 따다 이미 가리나스 아니 이거를 정책들을 지속으로
아니 요한이 코리아스가 나라 비슷하게 기타도 무슨마노스 내가 아무리 내게 마토이나 아니 순택이 아니 도바르나 아니 상세도 상하기 도바 세르기 도라 데미스도스 이와레스타 그게 가리고 이
자원 주머지 다음에 저 쇼주 선배만 이렇게 자원 주기 되는 게 그랬어요.
네. 나 기다려야 되겠지요. 마저리 참 예수를 들어야 되겠어. 아시가니 정세기도 말하나 아니 정세기가니 정세 구하래 이제 정식 아시가니 정세 이제 지마는 그래 가르치니 아니 정세기도 말하나 그래 이제 지마 나도 강지나 아니 안나라 따라지나 나무니 강도 도가 나 제가 오늘 우리 도가 나메로 우리 도가 아니 정세 강선을 기억이 그래 어디 누가 망하지 누가 그거요 마사디 그게 그러다 맞고 누가 쓰네 강사가 쓰는데 나 아니 쓰는데 나 단단한 것도 비지와 사선 대체에 도가 쓰는데 어디 찾아요 그랬어
간대로 간대로 아니 왜 나도 요새 대만 그래서 그거에 계시는 있습니다. 그래서 저도 정말 이 초를 좋아. 수다리 막 이거 이거 이게 이거 이 초를 좋아.
So regarding the first question, simply we can say yes. That's the short answer. And then an ordinary bhikkhu can receive the bodhisattva vows, but although there are two different explanations in our scriptures too, some scholars say that to receive the bodhisattva vows, that person should have bodhicitta in his country. But some scholars say that the real bodhicitta is not needed to receive the bodhisattva vows. An ordinary people can receive the bodhisattva vows by practicing the bodhicitta himself. Although he cannot get the real bodhicitta, but practicing and following the bodhicitta practices. On top of that, he can receive the bodhisattva vows. And Sri Geshe again emphasized that maybe all the Geshe and temples who are gathered here, probably most of them, maybe you can say all of them have the bodhisattva vows on top of the Padma vows. And on top of that, when anybody who wants to get the initiation of tantric initiations, then have the Bodhisattva vows as well as the tantric vows as the foundation for that tantric initiation. So these are the conditions. So that means we, in short, an ordinary people without having the real bodhicitta can also receive that, can also practice the Bodhisattva vows.
안다 디카가 노베 또스 다사셰스네 노베 추추인지 추추치스 단다 저거 이번 남는 되게 양뒤기 도바디 로스 찬스기 다 저바세지 요리 요마르스 계속 하는 차니 단다 마스 소테 도바디 시샤치 이 강라 찬스기 도바다 나이 도바야 레 조 찬스기 도바다 나이 도바 레 조 마토기 찬스기 도바 레오 디가라 소테 도바다 파스샤 양 나이 도바 레오 디가라 니 소테 도바 모아치 크리스찬 마레 시치가 가와산이 요 마레스 저와 규모지 찬스기 도바데 리에 요리 요 마스노데 코란기 도와 깜빡 염세는 데데 요데 티가스 찬스기 도바데 주고야 요 마레 찬스기 세 냠리치 요 가스 니와 토나 찬스기 도바데 주니 데니 고 찬스기 냠리치 드로고 레스 데니가 가와치 요 마레 소데 기도미 테체지 예나 찬스기 도바 주야 데바데 약시 차요 레스 가스 샤카 마상나 샤카 베드 나나 주르키 초초가 샤카 하차도 약고이 데바 나나 소데 기다데 찬스기 도바드마 사부 다바이 나베 게 타치기 마하나 베게 치게다베 게 타치기 베데 차요 레스 트기라 도르 마토 지라 가라 추니 요 마레스
And our moderator added something. He says that regarding the second question, we don't have an answer. Maybe others will reply. And then our moderator Geshe-la again added something that he says by quoting one passage from the Adisha's text, which says that the bhikkhu or bhikkhuni is the best basis to receive the Bodhisattva vows. That means bhikkhus and bhikkhunis having the bhikkhu vows are the best disciple to receive the Bodhisattva vows. Although lay people also can receive the Bodhisattva vows, but those are not the best basis to get that one. So that is one point, right? Then another Geshe also added the same thing, like previous Geshe. And again he adds that there's no contradiction. There's no contradiction to practice all the vows of Bodhisattva as well as the Padma vows by one person. One can follow, one can practice all those three different vows. Vows at the same time by one man or by one person. One cannot say. So on the other hand, we cannot say that anybody who has the Padma vow cannot receive Bodhisattva vow, or any person who has the Bodhisattva vows cannot practice the tantric vows. That's not correct. It is a misconception. So once again, Geshe-la clarifies some more things about that one. So the main topic is him. A person who has the Padma vows can receive and practice practice bodhisattva vows, as well as those ordinary people can also receive the bodhisattva vows. But the thing is that having bodhisattva vows within oneself, that person in arrogance just removing or abandoning the Patimokkha vows, that means abandoning or criticizing about the criticizing, not only criticizing but just abandoning the bodhisattva Patimokkha vows is one type of root offense of the bodhisattva. One type of root offense, just like parachika. Oh yeah. Also, 이들 나한테 쏟아보는 님이 사주한테와 쏟아보한테와 이놈이 쏟아보는 남자들이 조제지 넘어보고 있는 소만을 잡는 거예요. 쏟아보한테 조제지 넘어 잡는 거야. 이놈이 조제지 넘어보한테 소만을 잡는 거예요.
Okay.
First of all, I am so grateful for the presentation I have done previously. My question is, in Theravada tradition, once a month, the high ordinated monks will gather for Uposatha and they will recite all the Pratimoksha Sikha, and sometimes they will reveal the apatti, what they had done. If they had done the offense, monthly they will gather and they will reveal it to Mahasangha and they will forgive from Mahasangha. Then I need to know whether in Tantric and Mahayana tradition, monks will gather once a month and do the Uposatha Vinaya Karma. Are there any specific sima for that? Any specific Uposatha places to gather and recite Vinaya and be purified by revealing the offense that had done and forgiving from Mahasangha? That's my question.
어디와 말이다. 그 이주에나 이메이크나 익스키스나 어디 내 사람들이나 상도 보내겠다. 시작하다. 선생님들 받은 거 선생님 단순히 아니 니와니 시작이요. 이 지지 마주니 공부를 주지도 나요. 아니 이 가기나 세션 가기나 공부를 주지거나 식사를 주지고 무엇을 어떻게 대통령 문제가 있어요. 작성하는 것도 가난지 이런 있어요. 나 이게 이런 공항자리 아니 지금 선생님 있으니까 어디 시절 가기나 공부를 주지거나 아니 아마 공부하지 공부를 주기에서 어디 볼까? 무슨 막 어디 가나 이 가야지. 아니 시절 상대방한테 그러니까 네 제가 아니 네 제가 아니 네가 누구한테 들어갔어요. 네가 누구한테 들어갔는데 네 거는 들어갔어요. 이 가기가 아니 주중화 삼기 그렇지. 나만도 내 사람이나요. 그러나 말씀만 들으니까 난 미세 맞고 그러나 아니 예를 가기가 삼기지. 이 말은 아니나 어떤 데다 누구한테 어디 가기 돼서 어디
농업권은 정착으로, 네. 농업권은 정착으로, 질린정으로, 그래서 있는 일하는 동물들이 동물들이 같은 also look at yes. Yes, we also do this Obusuda every fortnight. Fortnightly we do the Obusuda. And at that time, especially in Tantric monastery, there, Jume monastery, one Tantric monastery there a very great Obusuda is done. At that time, the Pali Muja Obusuda is also done. On top of that, the Obusuda for the Bodhisattva vows, Obusuda for the Tantric vows, all these two are done same time, at the same time. That means within one day, at one puja, all two are done. So that was called the Great Obusuda. Obusuda for Bodhisattva vows, Obusuda for Tantric vows, and of course Obusuda for the Bhakti-Mukha vows. Done within, together within one session. Within one session, all are done. Separate. So that's one case. Although we don't have such practices here in this monastery, not only this monastery, other monasteries, but still there is a very specific short text which is called Chisha. That means general purification. General purification. We can find that the purification of Bodhisattva vows, purification of the Tantric vows, all are written in that text. And that text is always we recite during the Uposatha procession, every fortnight or every 15 days. This monastery, not in this monastery, all the monasteries. So that is the case how we purify the Bodhisattva vows and as well as the Tantric vows. But normally we should purify the offenses of the Bodhisattva vows each and every day. And also some sincere, very sincere practitioners, they purify almost so many times each day. Regarding the offenses that are caused by the Bodhisattva vows as well as the Tantric vows. Then regarding your second question about the sima of the Uposatha hall, of course you can see that we have thousands of monks here in this monastery. When we do the Uposatha, this hall is used for the Uposatha, and so naturally the walls become the sima for the Uposatha. And some occasions like summer retreat, and at that time there will be more and more monks. At that time, this hall is so crowded that monks have to stay outside of this hall. At that time also, we do specific Sangha Sangha transaction or Sangha Dhamma. Special Sangha Dhamma is done at that time. Actually, Sangha Dhamma for the place, Sangha Dhamma for the place is done every Uposatha, at every Uposatha procession.
이 사실 근데 지와가 사회 거기 지와가 상하 장세 동안 사실 제가 내가 말해 소중한 찍고 말했어. 달래 잘에 그냥 가서 공항 계획 시작이 내가 좀 지시하게 그냥 사고 안 했어. 이 지단이 아니면 가서 되게 그냥 많은 게 가서 나베스야. 이 지시하기 지단이 동안에 미리주에 막 시작했어. 소다기 동아이나 자세나 마음이나 이도 방가 앞에 나라 단단한 다시 좀 봤어. 다시 좀 보내나 애니네 단단한 소셜이 미리주에 막 시작하나 시인이 장센 나 미자야 이 저저 진짜 잠깐 껴려거나 애니 나와 미래 모델 아주 단단히 진짜 지고 소셜 나지 스마 장센 미자야 이 미리주에 거나 또 마샤 지고 그랬어. 그래도 마가 지나기 다 그래서 소소만 이제 지겠어. 그래도 마가 되게 달래 지와데 나도 지샤를 나비 나야 써야지. 네가 나랑 진짜 미리주에 거나 누구 말했어. 라지나 하나서 지샤 식이 여대요. 어디 자상비 뼈로 말했어. 아제가 먼저 소종 차상 말해. 제야야. 그러니까 거기 상도 거라지 소소. 이제 상에는 나서 여기나 지나기가 대사 자상을 다 자기 있어. 어제 자기 때문에 나서 계획이 가면 네발도 보고 왔어. 계획이 가면 동바에야 자기 참 식상으로 어디 잡았어. 이러면 둘레 나와요. 이렇게 간다고 나와서 다시 놀래나 가서 소정 소리가 이제 남기는 가서 둘레 나와요. 이제 사고가 식상내나 이제 다음 소정 소설이 वाकई जुबाब सोचे वाचु बाल जुबाब से वाकई जुबाब होगा और नाम से सामना होगा से होगा ये तो वहाँ सोचो सोचता होगा इन्हें ताकत से हमसे थोड़ा नाम से लेचे हमसे चीज़ ना सोचो सोचता होगा ये लोग माने लेते हैं यानी सोचो वही हो जाता यानी ना दुकान में माले वाला इन्हें चिलो में ड्रॉप है इनसे इधर इन्हें ड्रॉप है सोचो सोचते देखा हुआ कोई ना ना इन्हें चांजो ना ना खारे ना इन्हें सोचो सोचते दुकान में होगा
So, Geshe-la wants to add something more. Geshe-la is from Tashinamo Monastery, and he says in his monastery, yes, there are upasadas for all the different vows. That means upasada for the Sattva vows and upasada for the tantric vows. They're practicing in their monastery. And regarding the sima, again, Geshe-la clarified something that in Tibet, in ancient time too, especially in Tashinamo Monastery, whenever we had some walls around the hall, then we will have some guests. So we should not leave the gates open. That means just like this, if these are gates like this, we should, if this is the gate, we should connect on top of those two. Without connecting those two ends, we cannot consider that wall as a sima or a boundary. So in order to form a boundary, we should connect on top of those two end gates in order to form a sima. And then whenever the uposatha is done, no bhikkhu can be just stay, for example, on top of this hall. When we are doing the uposatha here, no bhikkhu can be staying on top of this. He should be come in the uposatha hall for the uposatha, or else if he has some more things to do, he should go outside, out from the sima. And also, we consider to be the Sima area, and so on.
ขออนุญาตครับก็เมื่อกี้ที่ทางของทิเบตนะครับมูลสติวาสใช่ไหมครับพูดถึงการละเมิดอาบัติปาราชิกยังไม่ขาดแล้วเขาจะกระทำสิ่งอย่างไรแล้วก็ขอเพิ่มเติมถึงสังฆาทิเศษด้วยว่าการออกจากอาบัติสังฆาทิเศษเป็นยังไงบ้าง
My question is concerning the parashika in the Mula Sarvasa tradition that you said is can be viewed as not fully abandoning. Like there's some remainders left in terms of what remains. So, so what remains and how do you purify or relate to that remaining characteristics? And is there a way to purify the parashika vows? And also related to that, the Sankarisesa vows, is there a specific way to purify the offenses of the Sankarisesa vows also? Thank you.
那可能你主要学几个你这个节后面的路了，旁边就我的那边东就没那是，旁边就我那边就那那个大有的是个的是，那边就老可能是几个的，那现在有旁边有东岸的戏剧节上可能戏剧大有的是，那戏剧节这可能的是，那他们就旁边有东岸的戏剧节这个是把它可能有的是。 So regarding your first question, in our tradition, Mula Sarvastiveda tradition, Parajika is not the cause for abandoning the whole vow. Even people who commits Parajika, there are two types. A bhikkhu who commits the Parajika with a hidden or concealment, hidden mind, that means any bhikkhu who does something relating with the Parajika and he thinks that, oh, I will not tell anybody about this activity. So that Parajika is called hidden Parajika or concealed Parajika. And that bhikkhu, some vows left within his continuum, but that vow, those bhikkhu vows cannot fulfill any purpose of the Patimokkha vows. That means cannot fulfill the purpose of the vinaya vows. Actually, in our text, it mentions five purposes, five results of the Patimokkha vow. Like can attain nirvana through the Patimokkha vows. Can reborn in the higher realms if one follows and practices the Patimokkha vows. And so there are five results, five purposes. So those five purposes cannot be fulfilled by the hidden parajika. Those their vows who has the hidden concealed parajika. That's one type. Then another type is unconcealed parajika. That means any people who commits parajika but without having that concealment at the time of the parajika. So that is considered to be the unconcealed parajika, and that bhikkhu has Patimokkha vows inside him, and that Patimokkha vows cannot be fully recovered. But for that bhikkhu, again, there is a procession to give a certain status for his whole life. Like Hajim is something like training. He has given some type of training. That means he has to serve the whole community for all of his life. For the rest of his life, he should serve the community for the rest of his life and so on. But he can't recover from that parajika until he gets arhanship. So that is the status, that's the position. Or in the Sanghadesa, there are three steps to purify the Sanghadesa, probation and so on. Actually, there are three steps to purify the Sanghadesa offenses, but that practice of the three steps are not prevalent in Tibet. But in our scripture, it says that for very special monks, we do not need to apply those three steps to purify the Sanghadesa offenses. And there is a great, deep explanation about those things.
So can I add a little bit? So right now in the Tibetan tradition, if a monk, a bhikkhu, has committed the offense of Sankarisesa, there's no specific way to purify that offense at the moment. Is that correct?
So I cannot tell there's nothing to purify the Sanghadesa, but maybe it depends on the individual, and with the intention of purifying all those things and saying the offenses in their names, the names of the Sanghadesa in front of the whole Sangha community by chanting certain scriptures, what we use during the Upasana. So then also through some other means, maybe we can purify a bit about purify a certain percentage of the Sanghadesa offenses.
Also, 두 세기 제국에 방송을 듣고 제가 지난 눈에 가서 소신 망해야 돼. 근데 저 망해야 돼. 하려고 조합하게 가서 세상이 어디를 어떻게 아마 유색이 뭐 나와서 실행이 디지털한 가서 조합을 하는 세상이 좋은 시점을 해주는데 이건 대학 교수를 그렇게 하시고 다들
Now the time is up, and so we have to stop here. But there are so many amazing, wonderful, let's say, Q&A answer session. Many people raised so many wonderful questions as well as wonderful answers, and more clarifications are also done during this Q&A session. But we are very sorry to not having more opportunity for more people to interact in this session. And actually, I have to summarize the speech and all the discussions that are done during this session. But due to the shortage of the time, we have to stop here. And thank you very much for everyone.
Thank you.
So afternoon session is same here on this building at 3 p.m. So we have a speaker from the party side, and she celebrates the breakfast under the mango.
第希腊的那个下次出来玩的噻，你人工的所有的就是过来，怎么好些？把你去的这边的东西对，小的东西，那个这些出来玩，